What's going on, guys? Andy here with Cut and Clean Lawn Care. Alright guys, it's been a couple days. The mower is back. I went out to Rob's shop late last night. He had so much stuff going on down there at Mow-Kan. If there's anybody in the area, Missouri, Kansas, Spring Hill, Olathe, Overland Park, and you're looking for a job, Rob's looking for some employees. He's looking for some mechanics to tinker on some machines and help him with what he's doing down there at Mow-Kan. So if you are a mechanically inclined person who is looking for a job as simple as working on mowers, it's not rocket science if a guy like me can do it. I know a guy like you can do it. So if you're looking for a job, reach out to Rob Swearingen at Mow-Kan Power Equipment. I'll put some information down in the description. So if you are mechanically inclined and you're used to working on stuff like this and looking for a job, give him a shout, man. He's looking for some stuff. But like I said, guys, the Gen 1 Scag is back. And when I say Gen 1, I'm talking one of the first runs of the Scag vride on this one. Okay, so update. A lot of stuff we finished up on, like those last videos I posted. There's no real outro to those because we just had to end it and go because stuff was a mess. Every time we took something apart, something else was messed up. And that's really something you should come to expect on projects like these. But with the friends I have, like Rob down at Mow-Kan and Randy, everybody wants to fix stuff the right way. And I get that, man, and I'm all about that too. I just felt like we might have been in a time crunch because I know Rob was getting ready to leave for Florida and doing some other stuff. But anyways, let's go over some of the things we had to fix. Right here, you'll see some primer and a little black mark. There's a crack that runs along this in the frame. I don't know if you want to call that the frame or the control panel. There was a crack running through there. We had to weld. That matches what this one is over here. There was a crack that ran through here, and this whole thing right here was broken out on the deck lever height adjustment. So this has all been re-welded. I just slapped a little bit of primer on there to keep it from rusting. No big deal. And with those cracks came a couple of cracks in the deck that you guys have seen on the welding video, if that's been up, which I'm sure it has. And there's also one that runs on the bottom on this other side. And those have all been fixed and done. So far with this project, my main source of all my issues with this mower comes from the deck. The deck does have some bends and some, you know, cracks and things like that. But when we set these spindles in, we adjusted the spindles in height with spacers on the bolts and stuff to get the blades to where they run true. And the deck's just the deck, man. This thing still cuts relatively good. I'm not mad at it. It's still going to do what it does. Right now I got some gaiters on there to bust up some leaves, and that's what it's all about. Because when I say project backup mower or making something mine, I mean it. This is the thing I want busting up them leaves, causing all the dust, to keep the hours and all the elements out of those machines as much as possible to where I can put it into something like this. The deck doesn't need to be perfectly straight. The spindles don't need to be the greatest. This thing's here to do the work that I don't want to put my other machines into. This thing's been through wars, and it's going to continue to go through wars to do those projects for me. So we'll go right back into these spindles. I used all the original pulleys. I got one pulley I still need to replace, no big deal. These were off Amazon, like a replacement for Scag part number type deal. I think these are made by a company 810, the number 8, T-E-N. And yeah, they're greasable spindles just like the original ones. You mow a couple times, fill them full of grease, you're good to go. Didn't feel like I needed to spend, you know, a ton of money on this. I'm going to get a good bang for my buck out of these for what they are. And like I said, they've all been adjusted to where the blades are where they need to be under the deck, and it still cuts grass, and it definitely chops up some leaves. So back to trying to get stuff done down at Mow-Kan. When it came to it, we're taking stuff apart to fix stuff, and you're finding problems. Problems like the bushings in between the deck lift adjustment rods. So I got brand new bushings and the roller balls that go in there. Issues like grease points on some of these moving levers. Nobody's ever greased this stuff. They were completely dry, so we just chocked these full of grease. So this should be good to go. And the frame also. The frame is relatively straight for what they could do with this farm fix. The welds are atrocious. They used like a bolt here at the bottom to kind of hold it together. It's just a really crappily done job. But I feel like it's going to be way more time and effort for me to get this all cleaned up and re-weld it. Let me know down in the comments and your guys' opinions if you agree. It should probably just be left like this. Try to clean it up maybe a little bit after or before, I guess, before I decide to paint this if I do. On to the next thing, and these are all minute issues. It's nothing big. I got the new front wheels and tires for this because the other ones were completely shot, but the sleeves, or what do you want to call that? It's not really a bushing, but whatever it is. There's a little metal sleeve that goes through there that is in between the bolt and the wheel itself. It's been wallered out through its lifetime, so I need to get new ones of those for this. Also, like I said, not a big deal, but it is something I'm going to need to do. Another thing, I don't know if this is a last but not least, but this is kind of the last thing I can think of. On this wheel right here, it has a little bit of a leaky wheel motor seal. It can obviously be replaced as well. They make kits for those. You can get the seal, pop it all back in. Not a big deal. And while I'm looking at this, I just remembered I was messing with this wheel a minute ago and forgot to tighten these two lugs down, so I need to do that too. So I'm glad I'm making this video, otherwise I would have completely forgot about that. That's the stuff that happens. So yeah, guys, that's kind of where I'm at right now on Project Backup Mower. Like I said, there's little things that need to be done, but it's nothing really, really epic, really expensive, really important. From here on out, I got minor things I need to do in little catch-up videos I'll be doing in this series. Priming over some stuff, thinking about maybe getting this ready for paint some point down the line. But those issues I was talking about in this video is kind of what I'm going to go to next on things to fix. Another thing to fix, this just like I said, minor stuff. In here you got that little lever that goes up and down, so when you put this into transport, the thing pops up and catches right here. It doesn't have enough room for travel, so I got to get in here and fix that as well. Like I said, no big deal. Doesn't even need to be done, but it's just things I want done. If you're going to do it the way you want to, or at least try to do it right. You know? So yeah, guys, like always, quick little update video now that I got the mower back. Another big shout out to Rob at Mow-Kan. He hung out with me. I got this whole mower put all back together. What was it? I got there at like, shoot, I don't even remember what time I got there, probably like 4:30 or 5. And from 4:30 till about 9, I kind of just put this whole thing back together. It was a mess. All the linkages for the deck were off. The deck was completely off, wheels off, gas tank off. Everything was off from what Rob and Randy were kind of doing in the video. I was there sort of watching, but at the same time I was trying to film stuff to get content for you guys, so I wasn't paying attention. So it took me a good 4 hours to get this all back together. And whenever Rob came back finally, and it's late, man, it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, he gets back. I know the guy just wants to go home. He wants to get ready for vacation. Helps me start putting all this stuff back together. We get the deck all put back on where it needs to be and adjusted right. We're in good shape. So giant shout out to Rob. He's a great guy. And like I said at the beginning of the video, anybody looking for a mower mechanic job or just a shop mechanic job, he's got positions open, man. Check out the stuff in the description. There's information to get a hold of him. And give him a shout out if you're close to the Spring Hill area in Spring Hill, Kansas. And give him a shout. Like always, guys, I appreciate you guys for checking out these videos. I appreciate all your comments you've given me on this machine. Whenever I'm doing any of these videos, you guys that have been in the game a lot longer than I have, who have worked on more machines a lot longer than I have, let me know if you notice other stuff on this that could be quick fixes or things to pay attention to that could also be projects while I'm doing this. I would love that information because it's support for me, information I didn't have before, to help this project along. But like I was saying, I appreciate you guys. Like always, I love you, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Every single one of you guys are great, and women, guys and women. You're all great. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. More videos to come on this, and I will see you in the next one. Pieces. Check your mind, check
Check your body.